mentality coming into this game? What were you telling the guys?
I met, Kinston, Farmville Central, 1-2, 2-1, whatever you want to call it, max preps, NCHA RPI. Like, it's a big game. It's a big game 15 years ago. It's a big game today. It'll be a big game next week when 2 weeks when we go there for their place. I thought we were a tough basketball team tonight. We didn't play. We weren't flawless. We turned the ball over at key times. We did some things that were uncharacteristic late, but we found a way. And we talked about going to bed tonight and being able to look yourself in the mirror like a young man and say, I was all effort tonight. Whether you were on the bench cheering for your team or you were on the court for however long it was, you wanted to be able to look and say, I gave 120% effort tonight. Because good games, offensively, are going to come and go, but your effort's got to be consistent.
How important would your rebounding become, particularly when 15 finally got in foul trouble? You had 3 or 4 guys consistently crashing the boards and making up for missed bunnies and those sorts of things.
Practice is relentless. Our practices are like those games. And people don't believe it, but it is. I'm just probably worse in practice than I am on the sideline. I'm more of a cheerleader on the sideline, but when we get in here at 7 to 9 o'clock at night, there ain't no little boys allowed. It's a practice, and that's how these guys get mentally tough. That's how you get them for these situations to play in front of these large crowds. It's because you're building this for late February and hopefully early March. So when you get in front of these crowds, you're used to it, and you're not shell shocked by it's so loud you can't hear the coach call the play, and you got to communicate effectively with your teammate on the court, and that's how you build it, and you try to replicate it in practice with as intense practice as it can be.
2 or 3 guys foul out, and your guys step up and make plays to finish the game. How proud of you of your team overall as a depth and coming in and just finishing the game?
I remember having some guys tonight that didn't even scratch that's played in every game. Didn't even get in. We have good depth. That's nothing I'm worried about. The kid we put in at the end, 43 seconds left. He had 17, like the second, third game of the year. Against a quality opponent. 4 guys in double figures, 1 away from almost 5 guys in double figures. That's our strength. Strength in numbers. Every night's been a different guy kind of carry us along, and that's a good thing because it's hard. Everyone always says at Farmville Central, I've heard it a million times. Tyler May left, Justin Wright left, Jaquavion Smith left, and Josh Short left, MJ Williams left, and it was going to be the next year. This was the year that we were going to take a step back. And personally, that's what I love. I love a challenge, and challenging those guys, and they love that. And now they got the keys to the car. And that's what we talked about is taking care of this car, because there's a lot of proud alumni in this community that's put blood, sweat, and tears in this basketball program and supported it.
Getting Kinston in your conference this year, you're going to see them again, and maybe conference tournament. And what does that do for you as far as, like you said, peaking at the right time in February, getting a conference showdown like that multiple times?
You can only get better. Iron sharpens iron, and if you saw who we played in the summer, oh my goodness, it's scary. So you build it in the summer. You get them exposed to big time players and big time basketball programs and 6'8" and 6'9" and top 100 guards, and you learn who can compete and who needs to work on some things, and that's what we try to do, and then it carries over into the fall with our workouts, and it's a progression, and it's not hard. It's just hard work.
Do you remember the last time you lost a conference game?
Green Central swept us the year they went to the state championship. They beat us 3 times.
2017.
They beat us 2 times in the regular season. They beat us in the playoffs to go to the Final Four.
So 9 calendar years since then. Okay.
But hey, you're in this business, you're only as good as your next game. Like Martin County was in here the other night, and the guys did an outstanding job. They're 13-1, and at the end of the game, you know, fans are booing him. And he's worked his ass off, pardon my language, and they very well coached basketball team, and those fans should be proud that he's worked so hard to get them to where they're at. But that's the nature of the business, you know. Players win games and coaches lose games, and if you can't accept that, this is not the profession you need to be in.
Appreciate you, Coach.
All right.
Great job.